What up? It's your boy back again with the BFF with a good friend of mine. You know, your boy Spencer Hood. This is gonna be a fun one, Spence. This is the beer that Spencer has chosen. So just so you guys know a little background on me and Spencer. We've been friends for man, probably close to 10 years now, which is pretty fucking crazy. Because I've been gone
I'm
pretty close,
gonna say
like probably
probably.
seven
Yeah,
at
because I mean,
least.
I moved out to LA in 2014,
Yeah, no, but
and then
I probably met you like around that time, right?
yeah, one of like the first years I moved out there, we worked on that barbecue show.
Yeah, so 2014. Shit, yeah, dude, I think my math's right. I think we've known each other like 7 years.
Yeah, yeah,
I think, but anyways, regardless, Spencer
yeah,
has been he's been a real one on the craft beer scene. He been
yeah.
on Untapped way before I was. I think you introduced me to Untapped, which is kind of crazy. So this is empty right now, but it's about to get full with something kind of nuts. This might be the heaviest beer we've had on this show so far. So,
uh, can you beat 9%?
uh, yes, I can beat 9% in my fridge right now, but
Well, but for the show,
oh yeah, oh yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
this one, that North Coast Brewing Old Rasputin.
It's your
This
boy Spence. It's
yeah,
your boy Spence Hood. It's your boy Old Rasputin.
it's your boy. I got the bottle. I'm glad you got the can version. That's cool. And
Yeah, they recently started canning all of their beers. North Coast did, I think. I was looking on their website.
yeah, ooh, and I rarely get to have a bottled beer on the show anymore. People like to send
Mm.
people like to send cans. Yeah, I guess it's easier to ship, you know. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it says now available in 4 packs of 16-ounce cans. That's what you got. And we'll go a little
Mhm.
bit about it. Produced in the tradition of 18th century English brewers who supplied the court of Russia's Catherine the Great, Old Rasputin seems to develop a cult following wherever it goes. It's a rich, intense brew with big, complex flavors and a warming finish. Um, the Old Rasputin brand image is a drawing of Rasputin with a phrase in Russian encircling, "A sincere friend is not born instantly." Boom. So 9% too. God.
9%, man.
Ooh, it's that darkness too. That
Well, I mean, you know me.
darkness.
I'm always in for a imperial stout. Or I'm always in for a stout in general. I moved out. So I moved out from New York to LA in 2014, and like obviously
Mhm.
West Coast LA, all that shit. San Diego. It's all very like IPA heavy. This craft beer scene is
Yeah.
great. It's really great out here, but it's all
Mhm.
very. I mean, it's all very IPA heavy.
Yeah.
So I was looking for something that wasn't, and I went up and into like downtown Pasadena to a couple of bars.
Yeah.
Um, this was actually at this particular brewery, Lucky
Ooh, that lucky
Baldwin's,
ball wins. Shout out, you know. Um,
and this is one of the first beers I started drinking when I moved out here, and it's a good call. Like it's a little
mhm.
heavy, but here I am at a bar at like 9 a.m. In the morning watching English soccer and drinking 9 a.m. 9%.
That feels right, huh? You know, it just
Yeah,
hits different. Hits different. Um, this shit. All right, so Spence not only has an eye for the beers, but this particular one has won multiple World Beer Championships from all the way from 1996 all the way to 2018. So it's
yeah.
just stay stacking some golds. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much, I would say, North Coast's like flagship beer. You know?
I'd say I'd agree with that. You can also you find they have a Scrimshaw Pilsner that's pretty popular,
Yeah.
and then they have a Brother Thelonious Abbey Ale, which I've also had, which is
Hmm.
also really good. I just like for me, I like stouts a little bit better because I just things that are to stay with things that are a little bit more malty than they are hoppy.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I feel
like
you.
I'll drink an IPA, but for me, this is a go-to.
No, I mean that's why we chose it, right? I
Yeah.
think what's sick about this beer. I mean, it is an imperial stout, but it's or Russian imperial stout. It says, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. You know how sometimes you taste a stout and it's like it's hella thick, like
Yeah.
feels like it's like a fucking loaf of bread, This thing, this thing is like it's a smooth stout. So if you're trying to go for something heavy, but like still smooth, like I would easily pick this one up, like just in general.
Well, same goes for like the alcohol content. I mean, so an imperial stout is one that has a higher alcohol content where you're above, 6. If we baseline most beers at like 5 or 6%, it's above all that, somewhere in 8, 9 or above. And I've drinking other imperials that are 12, 14, like almost the same kind of alcohol content as wine, and they'll get you real toasty. But the higher up you go, the more like alcohol you taste in the beer itself.
Yeah.
And you consciously know, like, oh man, this is heavy. It's got a lot of alcohol content in it. And this one doesn't. Like, you drink it and it's just it's all beer. It's all goodness.
Yeah. I think I've seen a lot of that lately with people have been brewing a lot of hazy IPAs that are going pretty high. And you can't really tell. But
yeah,
besides those, but I think that's the citric, the citric acid's hitting it in a different way where you can't taste the booziness of it. They use a lot of, citra hops and whatnot. And I'm just blowing smoke up my ass on this one, but I think that's why. But this one, yeah, man, I'm kind of glad. So we had 2 other choices we were going to try to do this with, right? And I'm glad that it ended up being 3. This one. Technically 3. And I'm supporting that third.
We could talk about. Yeah. We could talk about those because honestly, if it's about like kind of your beer story and how you got into it, there is a progression. Where obviously, so the first choice was something called Jingu Black. It's from Brazil, and that one I found originally in my college town in New Paltz. That's where I really started doing craft beer drinking, and they did something called the beer passport where you could it was a spot called Bacchus, and Bacchus, they had a whole thing about they had 400 different craft bottles either on tap or in bottles, and they had this huge like walk-in closet that was behind the bar that was just full, like almost like a grocery store when you go to, like a beer store when you go to a walk-in closet, just full of different beers. And so you could do this beer passport where you pick 30 different beers from 30 different states or countries and try them out. And they had one from Brazil, and it was Jingu. It's spelled with an X, and I was just like, for me, starting out with craft beers, I was like, I'm gonna pick the most ridiculous names possible and just drink them and
just go with this.
What is this? How does it work?
Yeah.
And for me, previous to that, it was college age, Natty Light, Bud Light.
Sure.
Like if I wanted to step something up, I'd go like classy. Sam Adams for me was like classy. You go Boston Lager. I really love the Oktoberfest and the Winter Lager. But so it's not really about that. But then I went to Bacchus and found Jingu. And Jingu, it's not. I wouldn't call it a porter, but it's like a black lager. And it's really smooth, but it's not heavy. But still, like the colors there. The color's the same as Guinness, or it would be with a this one, the older Rasputin. And so it's almost like a gateway into going into porters and stouts, which is 2 of my favorite styles of beer. And so when it like that got me clicking. Obviously I had Guinness as well, and then Guinness really clicked for me, which is one of the other ones we are going to do when I went to Ireland. And it just drinks. And I find that like it's true with all beers, but specifically Guinness kind of has its own little thing to it, where the closer you get to Ireland, the better the Guinness tastes. It's a straight fact.
No, love that.
And so Jingu got me into stouts, Guinness is the most popular stout, most well-known stout of all time. It's not the best, but it's the most well-known. And then that got me into where I'm at now, where we are now, Old Rasputin, because I became a stout and porter drinker.
There you go. No, I like that. And what was the other beer that we were gonna do? The original one.
So Smithwick's.
Mm.
Smithwick's is the older brother of Guinness.
Okay.
So originally Smithwick's is a Irish red lager ale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Somebody watching this that has a more beer proficiency than I have is gonna probably be very angry in the comments.
Nah, fuck them.
But
whatever.
it's for me, it's just like a standard, like an amber color ale.
Mm-hmm.
And I drank a lot of Guinness when I went to Ireland for the second time when I was 20,
mm-hmm.
in the middle of college, but I was drinking age over there.
There you go.
So me and my buddy Dylan, we went ballistic a little bit, So I was drinking like pints of Guinness, and I tried this thing called Smithwick's. It had a little castle icon on it. I'm like, I get down with this little castle. And that became my favorite beer of all time. Still is.
Okay.
And it's not the best. It's not the best beer I've ever had, but it's my favorite, and I always drink it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those ones. It actually, it was made. They founded the beer before Guinness.
Oh,
so
cool.
They've been creating it. They've been creating it longer than Guinness, but Guinness is obviously the more popular brand, and the Guinness, like, as a company, at one point purchased Smithwick's.
Okay.
So now they're under the same umbrella company.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
that one.
I
mean that one.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. That one would have been cool because I have a lot of stories about like that specific week in Ireland, and like, I in the middle of college, and I was legal over there, and I got,
hammered,
messed up every single day, basically.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about another beer called Oranje Boom, but
no, not for this one.
Definitely not one of them. No, that's a horror story.
Oh God, love that. No, I'm glad you picked this one because I mean it's I was thinking about it before. I was doing yard work and shit before we started recording, and I was thinking about it. We rarely have a stout or anything like super dark on like beer wise on the show, which is, or on any of the Quick Sixer stuff. So it's the flagship, the franchise of podcasts that you have now. I like to think of it internally, and this is the first time I'm saying it to anybody else.
Yeah.
I haven't even told Meg, but I like to think of it as the Quick Sixer collective. So of things, but that's literally the first time that's
artists.
Oh shit, yeah. But that's the first time that's actually been spoken and not just sitting in my head. So that's
Quick Sixer collective.
That's right.
Yeah, dude. Commodore artist, Commodore Pasley. Let's go.
Man, I'm psyched. I'm so psyched to see you. I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, dude.
And I mean, this last year has been fucking awful. Me and Drew talked about it. Have you started vaccine stuff yet?
Yeah, so I got my first one. I'm getting my second one on Tuesday in a couple of days from now.
My week too.
I finished. So I mean, Pat and I met doing freelance TV production. We all did that for a time, the LA life.
Yeah.
And then I'm still in it, and I'm actually doing health and safety management now, specifically with COVID testing on TV shows. So I finished one in about a month ago, and then I had this month off, and I just came back from Mexico yesterday.
Fucking crazy. Crazy.
And
bro.
So like I finished the show, and I just started like it's still crazy outside, and you got to be careful and everything. It's
Hmm.
in my personal opinion.
Oh yeah,
Um, but like, I just started. I was just like, I just started lining up vacations. So I went back home for
love
a
that.
week, and then I went to Mexico with the family for a week, and then I'm going to play croquet tournament next week.
Hmm.
So I get my second stab in the arm, and then I drive off to Palm Springs, California, to play a croquet tournament for the rest of the week.
I hope it doesn't hit you like it's the people have been saying. That's gonna
You
be rough.
know,
That's gonna be a rough one in the
you
desert,
know,
bro.
you know.
Luckily,
We'll
mine is
see.
on Saturday, I think, my
Hmm.
second one. And luckily, though, me and Meg built up a little backlog of shows and games I'm gonna finish.
Nice.
Yeah. So because I'm fully expecting just to be like fucked up, but
Yeah.
whatever, we'll see.
I mean, it's one of those things for me where like just the appointment comes when the appointment comes, and like
Hmm.
I kind of, I didn't. I'm still like my job next job lined up is next month, so like I'm chilling. I'm trying to enjoy my time off, and
Yeah.
you know, I my buddy who's the tournament director hit me up and wanted me to play the tournament. I played with a croquet with a buddy down in Mexico who's
Hmm.
also going, and he convinced me to do it. So I was like,
You gotta do what you gotta
kind
do,
of have to.
Yeah.
Like, got the free time. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
And like, I took the first one, and the first one was all right. And
Hmm.
you know, my parents got both of theirs, and it was both Pfizer. So just
Yeah,
like
yeah. That's what we got
they
to.
didn't have any side effects on the second one. So maybe I'm just in got
I hope.
good genes,
There
and
you go.
I'll fight it off.
Love
Play some
that.
croquet.
Hell yeah. No, that's what's up. Man, yeah, you gotta. That's one thing. Not only we talk about the beer that people choose, but like a little bit about them on this show on the BFFs, and like that is one thing that people don't. I don't know. We never really touch on is like you really got to take advantage of like your chill time when you're in TV production because it's like
Yeah,
that shit is no joke. Like it is
yeah.
every bit as hard as you've ever heard. Like physically, like you're just tired all the time, being asked to do shit you really don't want to do. Driving for fucking ever if you're in LA all the time.
Box trucks up in Malibu and the mountains and
Bro, you're just driving shit that
yeah.
you've never been qualified to drive before. You're just like
And they give you
unloading
the
shit.
keys.
Yeah, they just give you the keys. All right, work this fucking truck you've never used before with a lift on it and everything. And I'm like, all right, sick. I don't think I ever told you this, but one time, speaking of box trucks, I had to drive one onto CBS, not Television City, but the other one, the one up
Radford?
in Studio City. Yeah, Radford. And
Radford. Yeah.
yeah, on Radford. And I had to drive one on there. And that's a tight lot. Like that light is
Ooh.
pretty skinny, at least the
Huh.
roads. And I had to bet like the dude I was with was the production coordinator of Dancing with the Stars at the time. And he was like, "Hey dude, you got to back this thing down." And it was like I was backing the truck down a ramp into the bottom floor of a fucking a sound stage. And I was like, "Bro,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this. Like this shit is hella tight." And he was like, no, he's like, "No, you got it. You got it. You got it." And eventually I got down there and like it was all good. But then like we walked inside the sound stage and I was like, "Oh fuck, if I would have hit anything, it would have been bad news." Like it was like a live set of Always Sunny was in that room, like the room that I was backing up to. And like I'm talking like Patty, like the pub was fucking there, like everything. I have pictures of this
Fatties?
shit. Yeah,
Hell
Patty's
yeah.
pub was there. And I was like, oh fuck. Like, what if I would have backed up into this thing? And then I noticed on the ride out that DeVito and all the rest of the crew had like parking spots right next to it. And I was like, fuck. Like, if I would have hit anything, it would have been over. I would have never worked again. But that's production life for you.
Well, it's one of the. I mean, it's one of those things where like this. This year's been insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good to me, like professionally. Like I wound up
It's good.
actually for that barbecue show that the mutual friend that
Mm-hmm.
set us up on the barbecue show set me up with my first job in health and safety
Oh, sick.
on another show. So like I worked as a health and safety manager on that one, and then I booked another show. I basically consistently worked for 10 straight months since like last June.
Yo, and
And
people don't
that's
know that's insane. That's
on
crazy.
2 different shows.
Yeah.
And like so my last show it ended I was just like I'm my supervisor who's now different
Mm-hmm.
she was like, all right, I got something else lined up, do you want to jump on it? And I was like, yeah, I'm down. I just like I got my trip to New York, I got my trip to Mexico, like I need some time off. She's like, that's cool, we'll start you after that, let me know when you're back home. All right.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick with
And
that
now
shit.
it's delayed a little bit and it's next month, but I'm just gonna enjoy, just try and enjoy the time off, like,
Hell yeah.
because the rest of the year I'm gonna keep my head down. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
consumed with work, and particularly, you know,
Oh.
team like you get the COVID, it's a no. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to work, I get tested 3 times a week, and I go home. And I like the only fun thing I do is watching like soccer games with my roommate, downstairs in my living room, and
That's what's up.
drinking old Rasputin.
There you go. There you go. Bringing it back. I love that. Look at Spencer. Fucking seasoned pro. God damn. You know what? It's kind of funny. I don't know. These new shows that we've been doing are really fun. But like, if you want to see some Spencer getting turned, go ahead and reel the time back and check out some old Quick Sixer episodes, because you boys on there just get hated.
I don't even remember that. What?
Exactly. You don't remember shit.
I don't remember shit. I remember being on the when you moved from LA. We did a live rooftop session.
Yeah.
And I was there. Our boy Ray Crossley, actually saw him a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was on there. He was just like, oh yeah, dude, we're just hanging out, we're doing beer and shit. I'm like, come through,
Hell yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. And I mean, we had a fuck ton of beer to drink that day. God damn. Oh man, that was
professionals.
Yeah, man. Just getting them cases. That's what I'm saying.
I remember when you did the original Quick Sixer with June, everybody was out here, like,
mm-hmm.
you were working that, I don't say sponsorship, but you were working that, like, you were working that angle, just like all the, like Stone's a bigger one, and like there's a lot of bigger LA brewery, bigger like San Diego and LA breweries, but you're hitting up all the little micro ones and be like, hey,
mm-hmm.
we're doing a podcast, like,
yeah,
we'll give you a shout out, like if you give us a couple of beers,
mm-hmm.
or like a specific beer that you're making that you want us to talk about, like, let us know. And I remember somebody's got, I think Lagunitas, like, hooked you the fuck up. They're like, here's like 24 pack on 24 pack on 24 pack, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you still had some of those, so those went all in the ice bucket, like,
yeah, that was the kiddie pool. Yeah, no, yeah, shout out Lagunitas. They are the fucking truth. Lagunitas hooked that shit up like crazy. All the beer fairies over there, they're the best. That's the best job of all time. Actually, they're super dope, because during wildfires and stuff, they were I think making like canned water or something for like firefighters and shit. Like dude, they were helping out. Anyway, they're the business. So no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, Spence, not a lot has changed. You know what I'm saying? We still got some shit in the mail. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff stuff I can't talk about yet. You know what I'm saying? But maybe fuck. I'll hit up North Coast, see what's up. You know,
you know.
see about.
I remember
beers.
like so
Mm-hmm.
about if we're dating this podcast about a year ago, everything kind of shut down.
Yeah.
Especially kind of across the entire world, especially, you know, I was here in LA and whatnot, and it shut down. I obviously all the, you know, couldn't go to a tap room, couldn't go to a tasting room,
Yeah.
and none of that. Restaurants, bars, like nothing was happening. And I remember I was just like in different group chats, like normal group chats with people. I like, you know, I mean, I'm a social guy. I go out and I do a bunch of stuff. So it was driving myself a little bit crazy in the house. And I would have a happy hour chat with some friends of mine every Wednesday, and that kind of kept me sane. And one of my friends posted that Golden Road Brewing in LA was doing a beer special where you could pick, I think it was like 24 beers for $24. You could pick 4 different 6-packs of their like assorted beers. That's if cool. They had them available. And you just order it online. They tell you when it's ready. Run out there, like, you know, no contact delivery. You pull up to the side of the like tasting room. Somebody would come out, you open up the trunk. Somebody put it back in the trunk, close it. It's already paid for, and you just go. So like, that's how I pick up. And like, not that Golden Road's my favorite brewery out here, but like, they had a best deal, and they're out in, you know, 20 minutes away from me. So just take a quick little drive, pick up beer for the week, and just chill out.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Or, I mean, if it's 24, maybe beers for like 2 days.
This man's,
you know,
I love that. No, I feel you.
Rasputin.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Golden Road. They sent us some shit back in the old days. That was cool. That's actually, Spence, I'm glad you brought that up. Because that's kind of the reason. Not Golden Road, but it's kind of the reason we started doing shit again. Because you know, me and Drew, we don't live near each other anymore, so it's like it's a little bit harder. But I don't know, technology and like video and voice chat and stuff is kind of caught up to where we needed it to be to do this shit the way it is, and I think it's going to change podcasts and stuff forever. Honestly, but yeah, man, it was all about a lot of breweries that we knew and were hurting, bro, like hurting. They don't have the fucking marketing budget that Golden Road has, so we were trying to spread or still are trying to spread the word of how you can get their beers and like, you know, what you can do. You know, these are your local places. Like, these people live near people, you know. So if you don't support them, these fools are out of jobs. So. I mean, that was the whole reason we started back up again. But you know, it's like, you get some beers every now and then. You know, you get to try some shit you never try. So you know, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad you brought this one up because I don't
man.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're on it. I don't ever really get to drink stouts, so it's like it's nice. It's a nice little change up, you know.
Well, it's just. I think it's a style of stouts important. When you go like if we go with the scale and we put amber in the middle, and then we go like IPAs and hazies on the high end, and then you have like Abbey ales and farmhouse ales and like Belgians and kind of in the middle, and then you go slightly downward and you go like porters and stouts and other things like that. Everybody, I feel like the general beer drinking public, as it were, they're all on the lighter side of everything. And like, going heavier is an acquired taste. It's acquired taste that not everybody wants to do. I literally, my buddy Dylan, with a handful of friends, just chicks that he was hanging out with, and they went to the Guinness factory, and you know, you hang out, you pour your own pint of Guinness, you do a factory tour and everything like that. you know, he like him and I, you do too, like love Guinness, drink the full pint. Like if you give me a pint, I'm gonna drink it. I don't care what
Yeah,
it
I
is.
don't
You
care
put a
what it
drink in
is
my
either.
face,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink it.
Hmm.
But like, these other people, I think it was Dylan and the ladies, which is good for him. But like they rolled up and took 2 sips and like, I don't like this. So Dylan was there with like 5 glasses of Guinness and he's just like, okay,
Yeah. Oh, your boy.
ah, well, yeah, it's your boy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like he just like sat there
That's what's up.
downing like 5 pints of Guinness because nobody else wanted to drink it. It's like you said, direct from the factory, and it's like, well,
Yeah, that's like gold, bro.
it was it like inhospitable to not drink that beer.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Like it's yeah.
So
Inhospitable is the wrong word. Impolite.
no, you're
Impolite.
you're on the right. Yeah, impolite. That's the word. You're on the right track though. So it is before going to Ireland and like getting your Guinness on, right? And exploring into other regions of stouts, like was
Yeah.
I don't know, was it something you had back in New York or like that you like did the Zingu, was that the one that like started your
Jingu.
love of stout? Yeah.
So technically, it's been a while. My timeline is a little bit hazy. Technically, I actually drank Jingu after I drank Guinness.
Okay.
Because if I
So
remember this correctly, I went, yes.
yeah, okay. Oh no, I'm saying like is that the one that was like this is my, because like I think most of the time that we've been out and like just not kicking it at the house or something, but like out drinking
Yeah.
together, you
Yeah.
usually order something darker. So
Yeah.
is like what was the one is I mean it's definitely not this one. This is I feel like Rasputin was kind of like a more of a evolution. Like you got to this point, like what was the start?
Yeah. Um, I'd have to say Guinness was the start. And
Okay.
Guinness is definitely a gateway stout. It's the best known stout. Like the
Yeah.
the reputation precedes itself. Like,
Hmm.
and so in junior year at college, I went out to visit my buddy Dylan for a week. He was doing a full semester abroad in Limerick, on the west coast of Ireland in the County Shannon. It's not Dublin. It's on the west coast. It's the more of the Gaelic speaking side of Ireland. Although Gaelic is, well, I think it's reviving itself as a language in general, but it's kind of still, English is definitely the primary language of Ireland.
Hmm.
But yeah, so when I was 20, junior year, I went out. I've had Guinness. I had Guinness before, but like I said, the closer to the source, and it's true with any beer. Like
Yeah.
if we go up to Fort Bragg in Northern California, north of San Francisco, where your boy Old Rasputin is made, it's naturally gonna taste better on
Mhm.
tap in the tap room in the factory than it would be in a can or a bottle. And it's
Mhm.
not to disrespect the bottling or canning process. Brings us our beer, your
Yeah.
boy Old Rasputin today.
Yeah.
But just the fact that it might be like a placebo effect where you go to Ireland and you drink Jameson, you drink Guinness, you drink the different liquors that are made there that are more
Mhm.
authentic because they're made there. And your brain tricks you into thinking that way. But it really does taste better. And like
Yeah.
I got addicted to that. I got addicted to Guinness. I got addicted to Smittix. I came back and it was a gateway to going to the darker side, the Sith side of the beer
Shit.
scale.
Yeah. No, it's 100% true, and I think you're touching on it well. But it's like you see a lot. I don't know if they did this with, like, I don't know how long they've been doing this, but there is best drank by dates on a lot of like
Mhm.
IPAs and stuff, and probably other beers, but I see them mostly on, or more often on IPAs. And I think it's
Mhm.
because like the stuff, when you're brewing stuff, like it probably settles different after a while. So like if you're hitting it straight from this, like you're fucking tapping that vein from the source, bro. It's it's gonna hit different. So I mean that makes sense. I feel like if I would have, I had my brother on here and we talked about our family's obsession with Budweiser. I gotta call it an obsession, but I think it's kind of fucked because like um I mean, I'm legit like 70 something percent Irish. Like I did the DNA thing. And I
Mhm.
think if I would have gone over to Ireland earlier and experienced what you experienced, maybe my drinking habits would be a little bit different. I think they probably would be.
I say you got pretty good drinking habits. That's just me. Have you been?
No, actually, this is fucked. We were planning on going. Like it was in the works,
Mm,
but then last March happened. So
pre-COVID.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it was a thing we were trying to do for our fifth anniversary, and
Nice.
it just didn't work. So, which is a bummer. But
Keep it.
you know,
I keep a start that. Just literally start a separate savings account, travel account.
hmm
Fucking do it. Do it with Meg.
oh yeah.
Just do it. Like I'll Meg. Meg definitely would want to go. I'll go with you. I'll volunteer as tribute. Like I don't give a shit.
Yeah. No,
Like
it's funny. It's funny that we're drinking
I've been
this.
twice. I will
Yeah.
happily go again.
Oh,
Three
I know it.
times.
I know it. I
Three
know
times
it.
the charm.
Oh.
I was so I took well now she's my ex, but I took my ex to England
Yeah.
two, 2000, 2019. And originally it was gonna be England and Ireland. It was gonna be London,
Combo.
Liverpool, combo, baby, all day,
hmm
combo breaker.
All
That's what's up. It was gonna be London, Liverpool, Belfast, and Dublin.
right.
And the time we went in April 2019, was the same time Brexit was happening,
Oh,
like actually
fun.
officially coming into fruition.
hmm
And historically, and this goes on decades, long before we were born, there's tension between Northern Ireland and Ireland,
Oh yeah.
specifically between the connection of being part of the United Kingdom or not being part of the United Kingdom, and that also extends into being Protestant or Catholic. There's this whole religious
hmm
conflict, which
Yeah.
there's religious conflicts throughout our entire global history, and we're not getting into that.
No.
But long story short, because of Brexit and because of how open everything was between Ireland and Northern Ireland, because it was the same, like you can, because Ireland is on a part of the European Union, it's on the Euro system. Um, how openly trading and commerce and economics works between the two different countries, it kind of relieved a lot of tensions. And I didn't want to take a chance because Brexit was finally coming into fruition. I don't want to take a chance going between Northern Ireland and Ireland by any kind of land travel. So I scrapped
Mm.
the idea of going to Ireland as a whole, island itself. And so we did London, Liverpool, and Sheffield. Turned
Oh,
out to be a
okay.
great decision. And I took my ex out there because she had never been out of the country,
Okay.
and she's been to Canada and
That doesn't count.
not it. Canada's easily accessible from the United States. Like you need
Yeah.
to travel. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so I took her for her 30th birthday. She loved it, but it was at the end of our relationship. I didn't realize it at the time. Didn't matter. We had a good time. But the crux of it, which I was a little selfish about,
Okay.
was going to a Liverpool game. And actually, to go back to your boy Old Rasputin, the first time I had this beer was at Lucky Baldwin's,
Yeah.
the English soccer bar
Yeah.
where I live. So I was like 5 minutes down from the house, and I had a gang of friends. I pre-COVID, I used to go there every single weekend to watch the Liverpool games with a whole gang of people, pack out the fucking bar, sing songs, get drunk, drink a lot of Old Rasputin. And so, you know, it was massive. And they would always do an annual trip to Liverpool to watch a game live.
Oh, sick.
And so this one, 2019, I was like, I got money saved up, got time off. You know, my ex is into it. We need to go. So like we went, and the like for me, the focal point was going to the Liverpool game live, and my ex was entirely into it because she knew like Lucky Ball was like my safe space. It was like,
yeah,
go there in weekend mornings, hang out. You know, my ex might come with me, but most of the time she won't come with me. I'm just not necessarily hanging with the boys because everybody was there, but like just hanging out with the rest of my friends and drinking and have a good time. And you know, I mean, you need time away from your partner. It just it is what it is. So that was a big thing for me, and I would thoroughly encourage you to go to Ireland. You need to.
Oh yeah,
you need to
sooner
rather than later.
Oh, it will happen.
I will go. I will push you onto the fucking plane. Actually, no. We're going to board the plane first because I require. What do they say? Extra time and assistance to board the plane. So you go with your boy. You board first. Yeah. God. I'm sneaking my way into these travel plans, dog.
Love that.
You can't stop me. I'm on a boat, bitch. drinking Old Rasputin because it's so crisp.
Oh shit. Well, with our future travel plans, we should probably sign off with this one. We'll keep talking for a minute, but I'm gonna stop this recording. I gotta appreciate you coming on this, Spence. If you
do it all day,
hell yeah, and then go. I mean, if you're into it, if you're into some stouts, if you're not into some stouts, go and check out this Old Rasputin, this North Coast Brewing Co. It might change your mind. It might get you faded in the process. So,
well,
you go.
It is as stouts go. I think because of the higher alcohol content is a little bit of an acquired taste.
Yeah,
but if you're, it's so good.
Like, yeah.
The reason I picked it is because it's balanced. You're like it's a drinkable stout. If you're into the heavier side of the beer scale, as it were, and well, the 9% sneaks up on you. So be warned.
Yeah, man. So if you're into stouts or just had your first Guinness, go ahead and graduate to this if you get a chance.
Yeah, graduate.
Go ahead and graduate, bro. But appreciate you coming on here, Spence. And it's been your boy.
Yo, beer friends forever.
That's right.